in the lead.
What's going on, everybody? This is Super Mike 2164. Press the thumbs up, press the like button, share, subscribe. We're going to get something today, real quick. Yeah. Let's try that again. We're going to talk about a couple things real quick, very fast. Yeah. Y'all like that, don't y'all? What's going on, guys? This is Super Mike 2164. Yeah. All right, y'all. What's going on? This is Super Mike 2164. Press the like, press the share button real quick. You know, I was inspired to do this based on some, just life in the world. We're just going to go over a little news. We're going to talk about basically disappointment real quick because, some people, we're scared of change. We want to keep things the same. Sometimes that's natural. There's a balance there. And what I'm saying to us, we need to use wisdom because we have, when we use wisdom with the competing needs of life, because in life, we want things to stay the same, but they must change. Change is one of the only things that stays the same in the universe and about life. Life is about survival. Sometimes it takes this to survive during this period of time, and sometimes it takes the opposite behavior to survive in the next period of time. Sometimes you have to be quiet, submissive, and agreeable. And then at other times, you must be aggressive, forthright, and demanding, loud. Sometimes you have to be loud to survive. So we need to understand our job is to not only learn, but communicate when change is needed. And we can change on purpose. That allows us to stay a step ahead of life and allows us to win as situations in the universal time changes. Right now, we're looking at a big change. This war, is actually just a result of something that's been building up a long time. What's going on, Divide? What's up, sister? What's up, sis? Yeah. So this war is something that's been going on a little while. And, but it's time to change. So some people think that, oh, well, we live here. We must support. It's our job to support a system that we've been fighting. Okay, it could be, but is that the dictates of the time? And, so I want to play this real quick clip, just a little bit of knowledge. Just listen to this.
I'm so sorry that my brother Malcolm, who was my inspiration and my first teacher, didn't stay in the class long enough to become the master that Elijah Muhammad wanted to make him. So after 12 years, he ran into a problem. Life is always presenting the living with a problem. A problem that will make you or break you. But as Brother Ishmael has been preaching for a few weeks now, you were made to conquer whatever life presents.
And I want to stop right there for a second. This is the point. This is one big point. If we can get this type of lesson into our minds, we would be better off when dealing with these changes, because a lot of us, we have these expectations. We have expectations of our spouse, expectations, expectations of people that we would call friends, expectations of families, expectations. And when when other people don't complete those expectations that we have set up in our mind for them, we reach this point of disappointment. And a lot of times that disappointment can turn into anger. But a lot of times we're not conscious of the fact that those people need to change too. Sometimes they have motivations that's causing them to change. And maybe they can't keep up with your expectations. You see? So, these are the, this is what the story of Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad can teach us. And actually, that's kind of playing out in the YouTube universe a little bit. And if people, I'm not sure if you guys know about the situation with Michi X, which she named herself pretty good there. Michi X and Boyce Watkins. Let me see. This here. Let's get together. Hold on. This is what I wanted to show, though. So, Dr. Shauna, she worked with Boyce Watkins. She has a podcast as well. She's a psychologist, and Michi has been going around trademarking names that people who she's angry with, she's been trademarking their names to try to manipulate their business. Because she's angry, especially with Dr. Boyce Watkins. She's mad with Vicky Dillard. This is Vicky. She's mad with Tariq Nasheed. So she says she claims she trademarked some of their items as far as their business name, like Your Black World. Let's see if I got her. That. I don't know if I got it, but anyway, the bottom line is she's been trademarking their stuff. Anyway, I'm not going to really look for it. I think it's right here. Let me try it. Let me try it one more time. I think it's here. Yeah. So, yeah. So right here, she's like, I got Dr. Boyce Watkins jumping through hoops for me. That's a big deal. She's mad. Tariq, why did you open your big mouth? She trademarked something about, she says she trademarked FBA, which is Tariq's thing. She went after Vicky Dillard too. I own your network, the big payback. All right, because Michi X is angry at Boyce Watkins. And it may be a good reason why she's angry at him. But Dr. Shauna went through some of the history, and she was talking about how Michi was really going real hard, helping Dr. Boyce Watkins' business model, you know, very passionate in what she does. And the thing is, though, you know, Michi had an expectation, according to Dr. Shauna, which I won't play the whole thing because I would just recommend that we go look at this one because this is actually, I think Dr. Shauna did pretty decent breakdown of what, because she was inside. So I will go ahead and share hers. But the issue here, the issue that I wanted people to go through is Michi basically had an expectation of Dr. Boyce Watkins, who is a businessman. Dr. Boyce does good. He does good work, but nobody's perfect. You know, if you give people a chance, they could so-called betray you. You know, there's like some men, you know, you have your best friend and, you know, your best friend, you guys are buddies, you war buddies and everything. You start bringing your best friend around your wife. You never know. He might be attracted to your wife. He might be embarrassed that he's attracted to your wife. Your wife might be attracted to him. Something might happen. You keep bringing people around each other. Now, you didn't expect that. And maybe those people aren't, you know, evil as Satan. They're the same people, but maybe you exposed the weakness and they were not strong enough to handle that. And of course, you're going to feel disappointed, but that's just something that you weren't aware of. And these are the type of situations that I would encourage us to consider. Nobody's perfect. Your best friend, your mother, your dad. You know, if you expose these people to the right conditions or the situation or conditions, they may not be as strong in some areas as you would expect. And then if they do, you know, fall short on some things, I would encourage us to do more on working on trying to, you know, keep our relationship strong, because that's going to not only increase our net worth, but it's also going to provide us more lessons, because it's going to keep us in what Mr. Farrakhan called the classroom. See, the life in the universe is our university. We're learning lessons while we're alive. And if we're not in the classroom, we check out and get angry because we get disappointed. You know, just like, you know, Michi was pretty jealous of Vicky Dillard. And really it's because Vicky stayed in the, I guess, stayed working with Boyce Watkins, and she elevated herself. Now, Vicky elevated herself, you know, and she was very sick. She could not work at all. You know, so Vicky was a situation she couldn't work at all. She's still sick, but she's getting better now. She elevated herself. She made friends. She made business associates, and she's opened up her net worth. She could not go out working. So with the Fly Nubian Queen network, she was able to go ahead and make these connections and find another stream of income for herself. She was able to find and pay the doctors that it took to help her heal herself. And, you know, she's on the up and up. And Michi wanted her to leave Boyce earlier. And so she felt like, Michi felt like, because they had a debate, Michi felt like because Vicky Dillard did not leave Boyce Watkins, that Vicky Dillard betrayed Michi. You see, this is expectations. And you get yourself so angry because of what you expected to happen that you're not looking for the lessons that life is showing you. You know, nobody knew who Michi X was. She didn't have the profile that she had before she met Boyce Watkins. Not to saying Boyce Watkins, if he did something that was negative, was bad. Not excusing that. But what I'm saying is we need to understand some things. We got a lot of options, and when we feel that it's time to make a change, because okay, obviously we can't work together on this capacity any longer. Try to drop the anger and hatefulness. Let's try to do that. Let's try to move on and move up and fall forward. Now Michi has opportunities that she's missing out on. She's making enemies when she could be making friends and increasing her value. You see, I mean, a lot of us, we want to pay people back because we feel hurt by something. It's not necessary. You see, so this is pretty much all I wanted to say. My main thing is just this quick lessons. It's the same dynamic with the Malcolm X, the Nation of Islam. Malcolm X wanted Farrakhan to leave. He wanted Farrakhan to leave because he was mad at Elijah Muhammad. It doesn't matter whether you agree with Malcolm X in being angry or not. This is not the point. This is when we're making changes, when we're moving on, when we feel that it's time for a change to be made. Do we have to be spiteful and vengeful? Is that important? Why is that so important? Because all of this here that Michi is going through with, if she did buy Your Black World, she's not going to hurt this man's business model. This is a low-level attack. This is emotional anger. And she's doing more to hurt herself than to go after a guy like Tariq Nasheed. All he's going to do is make money off of you, and you have no business dealings with him. He's going to embarrass you, which he has, and I won't go into that. But he's making puppets out of her and, just spreading ignorance on. The real problem that Michi had was with Boyce Watkins, maybe with a little bit with Vicky. She really shouldn't have a problem with Vicky, because Vicky doesn't have to cut off her money just because you got. How you going to expect her to cut her money off just because you mad? This woman is confined to her house. She's she was medically incapacitated for a while. So, that's the main lesson I want to go. And I'm going to end it off with this because it's just a little bit more on here and it's pretty good information. Let's think about this last words that Mr. Farrakhan is going to say, and then that'll be in for today.
You did it when you were sperm. How come you think you can't do it now? Emitted into a hostile environment with a competition of 100 million to 1 billion other sperms who had the same thing in mind. We got to fertilize that egg. And when you made it, and I made it, and we made it, we were ready to come forth into life and face anything that life presents. And with the mind of a conqueror.
The mind of a conqueror.
And the Spirit of God. Anything that came our way in order to get where we are today, we had to conquer.
So that's what I wanted to leave us with. We can accomplish and conquer any problem that we're dealing with. Let's try to do it the smartest way we know how. Let's get more. If you're facing money problems, because a lot of us are facing money problems, there's a way to fix it. There is a way. Calm your mind. Think of it. Sometimes you might have to dip down, cut off some cut off some stuff, stop paying a couple bills. It's hard, I know. And then just focus on the important things until you can start generating some more money. Make a move, rent out a house, do something. But we can face and we can conquer anything that we're dealing with. And that's all I wanted to leave us with. Peace.